Okay, here's a little quick review. First one says I have 6 5/10 yards of material. The cost of the material is $2.45 per yard. How much did I pay for the material? Okay, so here's what we know. We're looking for how much did I pay for the material. That's what I need to know. I know I have 6 5/10 yards. And the cost of the material is $2.45 per yard. So if I was to solve that out, I need to understand that how much per. That means each yard. Okay? And I know I have 6 5/10, and it was $2.45. So if each yard is $2.45, I'm multiplying. So 245 times 65. And then place my decimals. Okay, solve 2 45 times 6 5/10. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Tic-tac-o. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And then you add it up. 5, 2, 9, 5, 1. So this is my solve right here. This is what I'm doing. Okay, now I have one decimal with 2 places behind it and another decimal with 1 place behind it. That's a total of 3 decimal places in my problem. So I'm going to take my answer and I'm going to move it over 3 places in my decimal to get my decimal. $15.925 thousandths, but we would basically be rounding it up to $15.93. But your answer would be 15.925. Okay. The next one, number 2, Bree uses 146 4/10 of noodles, ounces, I should say ounces of noodles, sorry, to make a new recipe. If she is making 15 batches of soup, how many ounces will it be in each batch? So she's going to use 146 4/10 ounces of noodles to make a new recipe. Okay, that's in each batch. So if she's going to make 15 batches of soup, how many ounces will be in each of those batches? So 146 4/10, and you're going to divide by 15. Okay, bring your decimal to the top. 15 won't go into 1, it won't go into 14, but it will go into 146. So before you do that, you should make your tic-tac-toe board. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135. Okay, so the closest I can get to 146 is 135, which is times 9. Subtract 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down the 4. Now I'm going to look at 114. 15 will go into 114. Closest I can get is 105. So 105, which is times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 15 is 105. Subtract. If I have 4, I can't take 5 away, so we have to borrow. 14 minus 5. 0 minus 0. Okay, so I have done everything, but I have a remainder. So I'm going to add a 0 and bring it down. Now I'm looking at 15 will go into 90. 15 will go into 90 6 times. So she's going to use 9 76 ounces of noodles in each batch. Okay. All right, the next one. Sarah runs 1 mile in 18 4/10 minutes. How long will it take Sarah to run 2 5/10 miles? Okay, she runs 1 mile in 18 4/10 minutes. How long will it take her to run 2.5 miles? So 18 4/10 times 25, and that's 2 and 5. So 184 times 25. Place your decimal. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 8 is 40. Plus 2 is 42. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. Tick, tack, oh. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. 8 plus 2 is 10. 9, 10, 16. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then look at your decimal placement. Okay, I have 2 decimals in my problem. Each of those decimals has 1 number behind it. So I'm going to go over 2 places and put a decimal. So it would take 46 minutes to run 2 miles. 2.5 miles, sorry. All right. Jack is splitting wood into pieces. One board is 16 4/47 yards long. If Jack splits that board into 21 equal pieces, how long will each board be? So you're taking and you're dividing 16 4/47 and by 21. Right? No, it'd be 64. So, no, 63 is right. Sorry. So, 21 plus 21 is 42. Plus 21, I was right, is 63. Plus 21 is 84. Plus 21 is 105. Plus 21 is 126. So, remember, you're just making your tic-tac-toe board based on your repeated addition. So 126 plus 21 is 147. Plus 21 is 168. Plus 21, that would be 9. That would be 189. Okay, so I'm going to look at this. I'm going to place my decimal. 21 can't go into 1. It's too small. 21 can't go into 16. 16 is too small. But it can go into 164. Okay, 168 is too big, so we're going to use 147, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 21. So then we're going to subtract. And if I have 4, I can't take 7 away. So I'm going to borrow from the 6, make it a 5, and the 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down the 7. Okay, so we're looking for 177. The closest I can get to 177 is 168, which is times 8. 7 minus 8, again, doesn't work, so I have to borrow. 7 becomes a 6, and the other 7 becomes 17. All right. Subtract and you get 9. 6 minus 6 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, so we're going to add another 0 and bring it down because we cannot have a remainder. Now we're looking for 90. The closest I'm going to get is 84, which is times 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. And so we just leave that remainder. So when Jack splits wood, each piece would be about 784 thousandths yards long. Don't make fun of my questions. I made these up quick. Next one. What is the quotient when the dividend is 14 and 8200ths and the divisor is 24? Okay, remember the dividend goes on the inside and the divisor is on the outside. Okay, it would be like having it written like this: 14 and 8200ths divided by 24. All right, next one. I went to the store and bought 12 bags of donuts. If each bag costs $2.74, what is the best estimate of the amount I spent at the store? All right, so I bought 12 bags. That's something I know. They were $2.74 each. And estimate means I'm looking for the about, right? So here's what I have. If each bag costs $2.74, what is the best estimate? Well, I'm going to estimate 12 to be 10. I'm going to estimate $2.74 to be 3. So I'm going to multiply 10 times 3, and that means I spent about $30 at the store. Okay? So you didn't even have to multiply decimals on this one. Okay? Otherwise, you would do 2 and 7400ths times 12. But it's looking for the best estimate. And so you estimate 12 to be 10. If this was a single digit number like 7, you would leave it as 7. You would not estimate it. Okay? We don't change single digits. Order of operation. We've been dealing with this for days. Parentheses first. Then you're going to multiply and divide from left to right. Add and subtract from left to right. So here you're going to start with this one, because 5 times 2 and 4/10. Okay, it comes before addition. Next, you're going to estimate 8 and 442 thousandths. If we're estimating to the nearest whole number, I would say this one was 8, this one is 14, and this one was 18. If we're estimating to the nearest tenth, I would say 8 and 4/10, 14 and 4/10, 17 and 6/10. So it just depends on what it's asking you to estimate to. Okay. Quick review: multiplying decimal models by a whole number. If they're telling you that this is a whole number, when you look at your pictures, this means it's 3 wholes, and these are tens. So this would be 3 and 4/10. 2 different times. So your multiplication would be 3 and 4/10 times 2. Okay? So just think about, and you go back and look at your other videos. Multiplying decimal models by decimal models, 4/10 times 2/10. It's just telling you that you need a horizontal and you need a vertical. And then where they overlap is your answer. Okay? So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hundredths. Because that's 8 out of 100, right? Okay, of course, I didn't draw it to scale, but it's a vertical and a horizontal, and where they match or where they overlap is your answer. And finally, dividing them with models, we're going to look at the whole picture to see how much is shaded total. So we're looking at the whole picture. That's your dividend. Then you're going to look and see how many groups it has. That's your divisor. Then you're going to look at one group. Okay, the number you have in one group is your answer. That's the quotient. So dividend is on the inside of the house. Dividend divided by the divisor. Quotient is your answer. Okay, so looking at the model for division, you have to look at the whole picture first and see how much is shaded. Then you're going to look at how many groups they have. And then you're going to look at one group to see how much is shaded. Okay,